Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages and backgrounds, welcome to Stevenson University Overwatch. Tonight, it's going to be Stevenson University versus Seton University. The Griffins versus the Mustangs here tonight. As we'll be seeing here on the blue team, we will have the Mustangs coming out from the west, while Seton Hill will be coming out from the east, the red team. Both sides are going to be having a great matchup here tonight in the Challengers Division within the Northeastern B section of the NECC. As we can see here from both sides, it's actually going to be a bit of a matchup here, almost mirror match with the Brawl set. The only difference here, it's going to be Reinhardt versus the Zarya. So we'll have to see who takes the advantage here going into the center of the point, shall we? Both sides are going to be hitting their teleports early as they meet in the center here. Taking the lead, though, is going to be Stevenson, with Quits taking charge. Reinhardt, having lost the majority of his shield, is forced to back off. However, Stevenson has lost Cynic, which is going to help them make their push on in. Reinhardt already on the point. James Peach trying to make some space here for the side of the Griffins and see if they can blast through the Bastion. Quits laying down the bullet tree and trying his best to just stop any aggression, but it's not enough, as Buxman is able to get the 2 kills with the assistance of Sunseed on the double themselves. Neon having to just take the dip there in order to regroup with the team. Let's tune in over here to Wisner from the side of the Mustangs. They're going to be trying to go for a regroup as the zone just got captured. But they best be careful, especially with looking out for Sunseed here. Having this all come up online is going to be a huge asset to the Griffins, and Quits is already very, very severely injured. James Peach really trying to stay alive, not able to do much other than stay safe, but not safe enough, as 49 is able to get the elimination onto James Peach. There's now going to be a Mustang cleanup, looking for everyone else as they go on the retreat. Unfortunately, Buxman's not able to make it out. Neither is Sunseed, and James Peach forced to sit back and spawn for the regroup. Taking a look at our alt economy here, we're going to be seeing Wisner, Quits, as well as Neon available for the Mustangs, while Sunseed, TTOVR, not sure how to say their name, and Titan have theirs on deck. We do see that Buxman has fallen early, so that's going to cause a bit of a stop to this push, but not for too long, as we're probably going to be seeing here a window setup from TT, I'll call them. TT's going to be setting it up with the assistance of the Sim, going in for a teleport from behind, I believe. Just waiting for the opportune moment to go on in. The window is up. Reinhardt is going in. He's looking for some sort of value, but Stevenson responds with a window of their own. Reinhardt's able to get past it, so that's not going to show much value for the Mustangs. However, the Mustangs are still holding the point, and a huge block there from Wisner, able to get that save from the Shatter. They're able to trade James Peach for Wisner. The value is already there, so now it's going to have to see if the Mustangs can just keep up the pressure. The ult's coming out from Quits, looking for a second, third shot going in. No shots available to be found there, except I'm wrong. Sunseed and Buxman are going to be following there with Quits trying to find the third onto James Peach, but he gets away just in time. And with that, there's going to be 10 seconds left on the clock here. James Peach going to have to be rolling on in here, pass through the opposition, but it's not enough. They can't even make a teleport on in, and I believe we're going to be heading on over to the next round. Round number 1, going to Stevenson University here in the first of the 3 series. My, oh my, what a startup there. If I'm going to be honest, I thought Seton Hill actually had the advantage there from the previous engagement there, haven't been able to take that first point, but things quickly fell apart when James Peach found themselves caught out a bit too in the open, unfortunately. So we're going to see a bit of an adjustment there while keeping the Rhine. Probably played a bit more passive, played a bit more around the walls. As for Stevenson, the Mustangs are going to continue doing what they're doing, playing aggressive and the off angles to see if they can catch the Griffins off guard. Griffin's going in for a teleport here, successful. However, Buxman is not able to make it through. But no need to have that there, as it's going to be a trade-off from either side. Quits falls, but Wisner finding more value. They themselves fall thanks to James Peach, but you can say Neon, with the help of Cynic Hipster, is going to be able to find that cleanup there, allowing Stevenson to take the first capture of the second round. Seeing Hill here. Now he's going to have to swap over to the Zarya. An interesting decision, not a negative one, however. Really looking for those bubbles to protect your teammates moving on into this point. You got to be very careful about your positioning. Neon here playing from the high ground, able to keep the team up and trying to make their way against the Griffins here. It's going to be an aggressive play from Quitch, trying to just mow down the opposition, but I don't think it's going to be enough, as Stunseed is trying to do the exact same. Neither side has found a pick quite yet, but Quitz is looking pretty injured. Oh, it's Stunseed that goes after Quitz. Both Bastions have fallen, and 49 is on a roll. Able to get that triple. The system with Nick for the quadruple, and the cleanup on Titan for the quintuple. That's going to be another win there for Stevenson. However, we will also be seeing some ults come up on deck here, starting with the side of Stevenson, Wisner with the wall, and Neon with the window. We're going to have to see, hopefully, Titan and TT here get this window and beat out. They're going to have to find the value, but 49's going to push it in first. 49 trying to lead the charge here, grab in hand, probably is not going to hit it quite yet, especially against this window here. Great window to get the space they need. They still have the beat drop as needed, and I think they're going to be making a push in with it here right now. The beat drop takes place. Unfortunately, the beat drop's not used quite yet. In fact, it's been held on to. Titan is not using it there. And there's only about 15 seconds left. I'm not sure it's going to be enough for the Griffins to really actually find the value. They need someone to get on this point. Taking a look back. Is anyone near it? Yes, James Peach just barely able to get on for the overtime. However, there's no one else there for the follow-up. They're trying to get on there with the soldier, but the soldier gets eliminated before even having a chance to get near the site. And that's going to be the first map going to Stevenson University there. 49, not surprising with the play of the game, able to get that initial triple kill. But what's this? It's really going to be for the grab there, the double, trying to follow up on a triple. That Bastion had no chance at getting out alive. From here, we're going to be moving on to, let me check. I believe we're going to be heading to a push map. Have them go back through here. We're actually heading to a hybrid map next. It's going to be, I believe, a ban choice from the side of the Griffins. And from there, the Mustangs will get the decide which side they wish to be on, if it's attack or defense first. There's a lot of rules going into NECC that's a bit of an adjustment, but it's a bit of a welcome one, I would say. So now we just got to see who gets to pick what. It seems I'm wrong. Stevenson is going to have the ban first, which allows the Griffins to pick the map for hybrid. Seeing how we were watching a brawl strategy, King's Row may not be a bad idea here, but we'd also have to see, does dive work at all for either team? I've seen Stevenson, and dive is alright. It's not something they usually use. However, I have no recollection on what the Griffins play, so we'll have to see what their style is. And it's going to be Stevenson banning Nambani. I love that. I'm not a fan of dive maps myself. I find they're a lot harder to work with on occasion. compared to the Brawl style. Now, that is a lot of bias coming from myself, and it's going to be actually on King's Row. Called it! So we're going to be seeing some heavy Brawl going into this map here. I'm expecting to see the Reinhardt again from James Peach, and might still see the Zarya, but I get the feeling it's either going to be a Jungle Queen or a Mantra coming out from 49. We'll have to see here going on into the next map when both sides are ready. I would say strategy-wise, these teams are pretty even. The only difference maker here are these off angles we're seeing from the DPS and the utilization of support ults. I mentioned before, we did not see Titan use their beat drop proactively going into that Zarya grab. That was a great Zarya grab. It was unfortunate that they were able to get the wall up against the Griffins. Still, going to be heading right on over to King's Row here, and both sides going to be saying the same. We did see a little bit of a hint from James Peach on the Zarya. Interesting. I'm not sure I was expecting that, if I'm going to be honest. I was rather going to be seeing the Reinhardt to be able to move fast with the Lucio on in. I don't believe we're going to be seeing a Symmetra here, but if they were to run it, they just have to play it protection style, and they'd be just fine, especially with a Mei combo in order to seclude a target. And the teams have loaded in. We are going to be seeing here, yes, it is indeed the Reinhardt and Buxman on the Widow. A good strategy going into this. From the side of Stevenson, however, it's going to be almost an exact same comp as last map, except quits here on the Genji. Interesting. Not sure what the strategy here is with quits, but I believe he's going to be going in and out as fast as possible. Let's take a look at Buxman here for the initial shot. Having a Widow be able to set up on high ground is going to be your best advantage here going into this fight. Going in, we're going to be seeing, looking for the headshot. No one's really picking it quite yet. They're trying to take their time, and understandably so. Going to be taking a look at Sunseed here yet again, making their way with the assistance in from James Peach, having the space there. Lots of damage coming on. A beautiful initial sleep as Wisner has fallen to Sunseed. Neon also takes a knee from the fire strike, and Reinhardt just continuously going on, and they do not give a darn. And that's going to be the initial first point over to the Griffins there. Quite impressive play myself, if I do say so. We are seeing quite a bit of space taken there from the Reinhardt. We're going to be seeing TT here sitting back on the point, and we do see Buxman swap over to the Junkerrat. An interesting decision there, especially given that they're going to be playing against Zarya leading the charge here, 49. Going to be trying to make this corner have full advantage with the damage absorption here. Got about one bubble left in the bank. They're going to have to try to see if they can go for a block, but Stunseed has their ult ready and utilizing it, looking for the shots. Are they good? No, sir. They're not able to find the value they're looking for there. And it's going to be Stevenson backpedaling yet again. Stunseed is on a rampage at the moment, and they're hungry for more. So we're going to be seeing here, Quits is in a very, very tough predicament. No able to have a reflect for 2 seconds, so that's going to cost them their life, while the Griffins continue their pace. Gonna have to see here, the blade coming out from Quits has to find the value going into this fight, especially on this preventive capture. Sunseed has fallen, and Reinhardt looking real hard to get some eliminations. The blast hits Titan, and it's going to get Reinhardt as well. He's barely able to stay alive, but not long enough against 49. And Neon able to just clean up the rest of the opposition there. That's going to be a great use. Having only needing to use the Bastion out there from Wisner is going to have allowed the Mustangs another engagement fight, especially with this Nano, Shatter, and Beat Drop coming online. Gonna be having to take a look. There's something sneaky like going around, and they spotted Neon. Neon is in a not so good position there. Haven't been eliminated by Stevenson. He's going to be looking for the shatter here, I believe, but it's not going to be taking place. It's unneeded for the ult, and it's going to be looking for the shatter. Goes off. It hits its mark, able to get Cynic, and quits here, trying to go with the blade, not able to find what they're looking for, and TT is able to stay alive through it all the opposition. 49 does take down Titan before getting eliminated themselves, and that's going to be the second point taken by the Griffins. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left on the clock there. The Mustangs really have their show working out for them. They got their work cut out for them, I'd say so indeed, as we're going to be seeing a push-up here yet again. No swaps from either side. However, ult economy is going to be coming up in favor of the Griffins here with this tire on deck. Going to be looking for something big. Buxman may be going for the high ground initially. The window comes on out from Neon, and they're going out with the grab as well. I think this is a bit of an overinvestment here from the side of the Mustangs. They had already won the fight. So now with little ult economy to work with, Buxman just able to get out alive. 9 health and a dream. Ooh, talk about a close shave there. It's going to be up to a swap on from 49 to the Orisa. Good decision there, able to absorb a lot of damage and keep the Reinhardt at bay with this denial of abilities there. Going to be taking a look for this heal up. They have to be careful. Wisner going in with the drops, able to get the elimination with the assistance of the rest of the team. 49 able to get rid of James Peach, and it's going to be a complete cleanup against the Griffins. 3 minutes left on the clock. There's still such a major time bank to have to deal with right now. And James Peach having swapped over to Zarya. This will give the advantage to the Griffins to take down this oppressive Orisa. But will it be enough? That's going to be a great question here, because Orisa has such sustainability. It's practically ridiculous if you ask me. They coming on in, not able to find any real hits here. And it's going to be Bashanal coming on out, looking for some hits. Trying to catch Neon, no avail. Going to try to clear that high ground as well. Does so, but how well indeed. As we're seeing here, Neon and Wisner able to find their first 2 picks. Quits finding the second and third, thanks to Wisner and Neon. Again, I think we've seen a bit of an over ult here from the side of the Mustangs, but they are cleaning up shop. So with 2 minutes left on the clock, the Griffins have to start using some of these ults. We've been sitting on this tire since second point here from Buxman. So we really need to see an opportunity, even if it's just one person. It's going in right now, going up to go through the window, scouting around the area, not able to find anyone. And it gets tired. It gets javelin right up in the window. No chance for recovery there. And a beautiful ult from the Orisa, able to get that team kill. That cleans it up there for Wisner and Cynic to just lay down everything with the pull into the center. Great ult usage there. Just one needed, or 2 I would say, as we saw Neon activate theirs. However, Neon does tend to get theirs back quite a bit. Tire has been used, so now it's only beat drop left. May have to use a beat drop to either save or engage. In this case, I believe it's going to be engaged when Stevenson activates their artillery barrage. 49's keeping the line here up front, and we're about to see the barrage coming on in here momentarily. A great grenade there from the side of the Mustangs. However, we're also seeing an impressive nano bastion here, trying to find some picks. That beat drop was crucially used. And the artillery barrage is in. The Ana is not in a good place. Ana has fallen, and they're going to try to return favor. Barrage comes in, but doesn't really find anyone. James Peach able to get Wisner, and it's going to be Neon helping with quits and Cynic. They're just being annoying little gremlins, jumping around all of the environment like the frogs they are. You see them on the high ground, the low ground, and even underground. They are just popping out of the works. It's about 15 seconds left. The Griffins need to get this to the end, even to have hope for overtime here. But the question is, will they make it in time? They do have a grab available, but it's going to be the window. Zarya had no chance. And pull in to deny Titan from making the touch. A great recovery of a first round, given how dominating the Griffins were for the first and second point. Now, will the Mustangs be able to show just as much value, or will they be stops in this next coming round? We'll find out here going on into it. I'm expecting to see a bit more defensive plays from the Griffins, try to possibly utilize a bit of a different comp. We're seeing, and I'll be honest, we weren't really seeing much value out of that Junkrat as one would hope to have found, unfortunately. The way it goes is that Junkrat is a double-edged sword. You either do well, or you do, you do a bit mediocre, and if you cannot find the picks you're looking for or the pressure, you're really only helping the enemy team, especially when they're running a Zarya. So with no change to this lineup here, we'll be taking a look actually at Stevenson's slight change, Neon over to the Kiriko. Seems trying to think about what their decisions will be here. Moving on over to the Griffins here, we'll be trying to see their positioning here. In fact, let me just try to give you guys a show. The Reinhardt here is playing around the corner. Are they looking for a charge by chance? What is the strategy here? What is the game plan in this mindset? What are we about to witness? We'll be seeing here just really a back off of this corner, not really a hold, which personally, understandable. I mean, looking at this aggressive play here, they're not going to be keeping the Kiriko. They do go in with Neon there, and Wisner is just finding everybody possible. That's going to be a team kill there. A great wipe for the Mustangs. Moving on in to the second point. They, I believe, have matched, if not possibly outdone the Griffins for that point capture, having 5 minutes and 30 seconds to work with. The Griffins are a bit behind here. They're able to get all respawn, which is very good for them. And they're going to try to hold this corner. This is going to be a crucial corner here. Looking at Wisner trying to find the picks. They're keeping the oppression on. And I believe Stevenson's end goal here is to get their ults first, use a barrage in order to make the space, and then push in to find any stragglers. A sound strategy, if you will. But it's all about execution here going into this corner fight. Wisner trying to get the picks. Reinhardt and the rest having to escape. Titan almost falling themselves. Wisner going in with the barrage. And they're not able to find the picks they are looking for. Quits, in fact, falls themselves. But Tyler, or T2 I should say, has fallen. And Neon is in the back line, just playing on the flank. What an aggressive and outrageous play there that we saw. I was not paying attention to it at all, but Neon had wrapped around the entire building in order to get behind the Griffins and catch them by surprise with that window. In fact, the way he uses window arguably is quite selfish. Reinhardt trying to get the shatter here. It's going to be big. It finds the triple, but it gets no kills. In fact, it was a horrendous judgment from the side of Titan there. The boop actually hurt the Reinhardt. Oh no, I feel that in my bones. That was a great shatter. If he was able to just pick up one person, that would have found such a great amount of value there. Even able to get that Zarya down would have been huge. And then follow up on the Bastion, who was half health. That's gotta hurt. Take a look at Neon here on the high ground. Actually has full control of it, I should say. But they better be careful because Buckman is thirsting for their blood. However, we will be seeing here that it's going to be challenged by TT. And the grab comes out. No beat drop available. The Bastion's ult's online. Jane Peach trying to stay alive, but it's not going to be enough as Stevenson takes the second map. With this, we're going to be seeing here Wisner, play of the game. What a bloodbath. Coming right around the corner here. The very final moments of the first round. Just mowing down the competition. Oh my goodness. Well, with that being said, we are going to be heading into map number 3. Match point, in fact, for Stevenson. If they win this, we're done for tonight. It's really a best of 6 maps. First the 3 to win. Best of 5, if you will. So with this, we're going to be going to Flashpoint. Now, Stevenson gets to ban a map, while the Griffins, Seton Hill, get to decide. Now, Flashpoint, for those of you that don't know, think of it as King of the Hill, but with 5 different points on the map. The same map. It's humongous. I mean, this is the newest mode next to Push. So, it's gotten mixed results, and I'm not hearing a lot of positive. In fact, enough where people said, give us 2CP back over Flashpoint. Well, they must be crazier than I am, because I found Flashpoint to be quite enjoyable in comparison. So we'll have to see here what the decision is from either side going into this. Can't really say for certain what's going to be going on here. If the Griffins are able to pretty much survive this next map, we will be going into Push then. So, taking a look at our history here, Saravasa, and it's going to be New Junk City that gets decided. New Junk City is the first map that we all saw in these trailers, and honestly, what an awesome map. It has such a Junkertown vibe, like a demolition vibe, if you understand what I mean by that. So we're in for a good time. Going to be taking a look here. Sides are going to be readying up. No side swaps, and we're going to head right on into it. Welcome everyone to Junkertown in New Junk City. I get the feeling they were trying to make a play off in New York City, so they went with New Junk City, home of your rabid ravagers. Rabid ravagers. Or whatever you would say, right? We first find ourselves actually in the arena, believe it or not. This is where the first point always spawns regardless on the map, believe it or not. It's the first to 3 as well. Whoever's able to get 3 points out of this best of 5 on this round wins. So we'll be seeing here an interesting mix-up. James Peach on the... Oh, I thought we were seeing a Reinhardt versus Junker Queen. I was really ready for something special here. Unfortunately, that's not going to be happening. However, we will be seeing the Soldier with the Kiriko Lucio. So this is going to be an interesting push in here with the speed coming out from either side. As mentioned, they're making their first way to the Junkertown Arena. Or Junk City Arena. Whatever they called it. They make their way on in, and going to be leading the charge here is James Peach yet again, targeting that backline, but that Javelin has dealt quite a massive blow to them. Wisner really looking for that elimination, but it's going to be Rinzer on the Soldier, who finds the cleanup kill. Lots of actions going on here, as we're going to be seeing really hope to escape from anybody, but it's just not going to be happening here. First point is going to go towards Stevenson here for capture, and they have to hold it for 100% like you would in the King of the Hill. So now it's going to be up to the Griffins to try to get back into this dome, into the hammer mill to reclaim. James Peach really unafraid to make their way on in, but they best be cautious, especially with Orisa around the corner. They are able to get a beautiful javelin in on James Peach there. And James Peach, I don't believe, has a bubble available. Just missing that javelin, that's going to hurt you. Take a look at Stunseed here, trying to find an off angle. And actually, it's Kiriko who's in danger. Everyone is caught in a corner here as Wisner trying to find the value. Hits a direct right onto both supports with Rinzer finding the cleanup on James Peach. 80% and counting. Stevenson looking real strong here, like they're not going to give it up. And I believe the Griffins are going to be looking for the next point here. They're regrouping and they're giving that up. Next point is going to be heading all the way over to where? The refinery is next. Welcome to the refinery, everyone. You got to expect, this is a steelworks kind of city. So, although they call it the refinery, I personally think it's a radioactive zone. Kind of a power plant. Neon here going to be activating the window, looking for some eliminations while keeping the team up through thick and thin. And it's going to be Buxman who falls with Titan following it up. Neon here trying to play aggressively on through as 49 is able to get that double elim. Stunseed, however, does have the ult available, and TT just barely able to make it out alive. They are quite separated here as the Griffins are making the long trek back from spawn to try to get over to the refinery. It's not a pleasant one, I will say. You definitely are trying to think of a strategy of how are we going to get past a team that is so structurally sound and really just a bit of a wild card as well going around this. Let's try to take some off angles. Let's try to go through a side we don't always go through. The grab comes and they're going to try to focus down Cynic, but it's not going to happen. In fact, we're going to be seeing the fall up there from the pool. Everyone's gone. Melted, if you will. The Griffins are really trying admirably, but I think they need to start to switch up their strategy. If you remember earlier, I mentioned try to get a May in there. Try to get a May, try to separate everything, maybe get some antis going, right? Try to stop the Stevenson, the Mustangs, from having such an open field to play with. And they're giving up this second point. We're heading to the next one. The Bond Flats, I believe they said. Welcome. It's going to be right out here. Another very, very open space here. So, Stevenson actually not willing to engage that. They're going to rotate to their own side. But the difficulty they face now is that the point is already in full command positionally against the Mustangs. The Griffins have the positional advantage against them, so Stevenson has to back off in order to get a regroup. If they're able to get the elimination onto the Orisa here, that would be tremendous for the Mustangs. However, that's not going to be happening. The Griffins, finally learning how Stevenson's playing this, are going to come out on top, coming out strong in this third capture here. They're going to be the ones to take it first, while the Mustangs are going to have to sit back here. Let's tune into Rinzer, almost able to get that elimination. Beautiful accuracy, just missing the headshot by the hair. So now we're going to be taking a look here. It's going to be the artillery barrage coming on in, trying to get him with the distraction. And it's going to be Titan falling to Neon with TT and James Peach following it on up. Things are looking very dire for Griffin. I mean, what a turn for the worst for the Griffins there. I'm flabbergasted, honestly. I was not expecting to see such an impressive play in there. As soon as one started to fall, you just saw next person, just full, unbridled aggression. What the Griffins need right now is to utilize Buxman's artillery and time it perfectly here with Jane Peach's slam dunk. So they're going to be making their way right onto the point, but everyone is so spread, it's going to be very hard, and it's not going to be used for that purpose, just barely able to keep James Peach alive there. Unfortunate to not find the value they were looking for, and now it's going to be a reset here from the side of the Griffins. They need to stay alive going into this. If they can get the Lucio, all the better, but I don't think that's going to be happening here. I think this is going to be said and done. The barrage comes in. They're able to get Neon. There's 5 seconds left on the clock. I don't think anyone's going to be able to get there in time, and ladies and gents, that's going to be the end of the night. Mustangs take map number 3, and with that, week 1 of Overwatch is done. We had the game going to Wisner. Title be it to them, the All-Star for Stevenson on the DPS role. But that's always subjective to each and every single moment. With the assistance of Neon and the follow-ups from Wisner, they make a clean getaway. We thank you so much, everyone, for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow for Rocket League. Take care, and good night.